All right. Thank you for joining us. But we are not live. We are from my pool where I moved out of, or I'm moving out of. And so that's what's going on in my life. I'm Beau. I'm joined with
Dubs.
And as usual, we're here ready to talk about one-to-one representation. That's me. But you're interested, I mean, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got an update for us when we get to that point.
An update?
Mm-hmm. You know, we kind of have the things like progression on different tasks or whatever. I've got made some progress, so
yeah, beautiful. Okay, so there we are. And in talking, so Dub's been helping me move, and we went to Home Slice. I turned down a whole pizza.
Yeah.
You turned it down.
Yeah, I did.
With honor.
That one. Yeah.
I think that was a bad idea.
Probably.
I was like, just scoop up all the free pizza. And why is it that every time, the 2 times we've gone there, there's been a free thing involved? Remember?
That does sound familiar.
The free dessert last time?
Yeah. Yeah, because they gave us the wrong pizza, right? We ordered one thing, they gave us another one.
This one was my mistake.
Yeah.
I was like, how many pieces left? And they were all on one side, which means that maybe we should, when you're taking pizzas off, you take them every other. If they're going to be on a stand like that, why the stand? That happens all the time. That's why they were immediately, oh, we'll buy you a new one.
I think it was more, well, they don't always come with that metal thing, right? Because you wouldn't have had to do that in the first place if it didn't have the metal cover.
Oh, because the flies, they were covering it. Okay, so that all worked out. But, okay, so, but in that conversation, we discovered there are 2 types of board. Body of elected representatives. I don't have any graphics for you. Okay, let's update everybody. My computer failed. So as soon as I make a decision to move, which is a glorious thing for me, I was like, I can play Age of Empires, no problem. I get to play a game. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna get my stuff done. I got work done on the show. We're gonna have everything ready. And we were gonna do a show from here, before. Yeah. And then
reality strikes.
It was a little slow saving it to PowerPoint. Oh, I'm gonna restart, everything's fine. So I go to restart, it doesn't restart, it shuts down. It did the shutdown part, but it's like, nope, blue screen of options now. It used to be a blue screen of death, and people are now going to associate. So people think that thing that we see is a BSOD.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's adjacent to it, right?
It's adjacent because the blue screen of death was absolute death. I mean, it was like that's all you got.
Right. Yeah.
You don't. Nothing else can happen. Yeah. Here you have all these options and submenus of the options.
Yeah. It's a new world.
Yeah. It's a wonderland of opportunities, and so it was good psychologically that I could pretend everything's going to be possibly all right. But also, it doesn't matter. I made a decision, and we moved on with that. I can't play Age of Empires until I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Maybe never. It might be that I'm done.
Oh,
because
that'd be a big thing, yeah.
Yeah. What if I get Linux or whatever? Okay. So, meanwhile, that's going on. That's why we're not live, and we are recording this, and I will just upload it, and it's not edited because I don't even have access to the shitty PowerPoint Power Director software that wasn't even working. So, yeah, exactly. So, in a way, it's like Power Director wasn't working. I could load OBS and in an hour set it up the way I had set it up. Okay. So OBS is not a problem.
Yeah.
And I hadn't even set up Adobe Premiere Pro. Did I tell you about that, right?
No,
it said because I have the last set of CS5 that was on a DVD where you can own it.
Yeah. Oh, you told me that.
Yeah. The second to last set. So 5 and 5.5 came out, right. But I have 5, and so, but it said you have it on more than 2 devices. So I have to start up devices and load them and unload it off of that,
right?
And that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's what's going on there, and that's what was going on. I couldn't even use it there anyway.
Right.
So the computer actually, if I have all the files off of it, is 1,500. Or well, now 1,500 because that's what the value is now.
Right.
Because when I bought it, it was like 1,100 or 1,200. Anyway, whatever. So that's where we are. That's enough of the finances of the show and everything.
Yeah. We caught up. Yeah. We'd have done our auditing.
So we're in a pool. Let me describe the scene here. We got all kinds of nabes around, chilling and relaxing. So I cannot be loud.
Yeah, not names.
Level.
So nabes.
Nabes.
Yeah.
Not knaves. What is a knave? It's like a youngling kind of. I mean, it's like a learner.
I always thought they were kind of like the people, kind of almost like forgotten kind of people. But
wait, is that where naive comes from?
Possibly. You're the person.
I'm thinking like British history. Knave is like I don't even know. Okay, so
I was telling that to you, hoping you would just like open arms to catch that reference and be like, oh yeah, don't you know that?
Oh yeah. And so, have you been on Reddit because we tapped into it?
Gosh, no. Well, I did. I went on, but I haven't tried to play with it.
Have you gone to one-to-one?
I've been there, but I don't think I've been since you gave me more access.
Oh, because I've been reposting things, because this is what I find. Reddit is just completely locked down fascism. So there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's one way or the other.
Even when you like own the whole channel?
When a subreddit is one thing, that's what it is. You cannot disagree with these people. You have to agree.
Okay.
It's only a matter of like, you know, these philosophers in the Christian age where they were like, they had to support Christianity and then try to get some reasonable stuff across.
Right.
You know, so it's like, okay, that's the scenario. You can talk to them in that way, like, I love everything you're doing. Everything is great about what you're doing, but if this one little aspect could be fixed, that might do. But
creative interpretations of the canon, and you know, like maybe not quite the center of the universe, but maybe adjacent.
So back to what we were talking about, we discovered a crucial concept of the bore, because you're talking about how we need, and that's all public, what you want to start. And what were you calling it? The party of...
Oh, so there was like a... oh gosh, we should have written this down, right? So it was like...
like a lymph node party? It was some kind of a L? Was it L?
Oh, no, the Whig party.
The Whig party.
Right, yeah.
Right. The Whig party?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But we were talking, I thought you were talking about the two different types of opting in, essentially, right? Like there's like entities that exist that you can be a part of a board, and there's more like representative bodies. Like we talked about like two different versions of that, but I thought that's where you're going.
Because the format I'm talking about is, here's the reality. We have existing institutions. We need the board to form to develop that boss-boar relationship.
Right.
But what you're talking about is starting from scratch some kind of a boar. So that's a totally different environment, because it's not a boar that has a boss. The boar is the boss.
Right.
And so it's like a new, completely different concept. The boar is the boss from the beginning. And so that's going to be a very efficient scenario. Efficient also in destruction. You know, like if they go down, it's going to go down quickly.
Yeah.
But that's how the boar's always going to be. Like at first, anything you start at first, it's going to be just collapsing until you find out what works.
Creative destruction kind of thing.
Yeah. Because typically, for whatever reason, the people that start things are inherently corrupt with ego or whatever. We never talked about the independent party, or remember I told you about, so when you were away a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I said, I went to this thing that was like the Independence Party or the Independence whatever. It was some sort of third party movement.
Okay. Yeah.
But not necessarily a party, but I think it was, and this guy funded it. It seemed like a wealthy person was funding it. And he had it all, he had that place, God, I can't remember the name of it. It's like right there on Auditorium Shores, the big kind of oblong looking place for convention center type stuff.
Yeah.
He had that whole place checked out. But it was all sort of half-baked and interesting. There were plenty of people that went. The space hippies, I didn't tell you about that? Yeah, so
I think I would remember that.
Yeah, and I wish I got better pictures, but I was kind of shy about the pictures. I didn't get to go there. Oh, Linda Curtis was there. Have we ever talked about Linda Curtis?
No.
She was with the Reform Party. You remember that? She is more of a left-wing person, but she is someone that I made a connection with, and we traveled, and we're in like the 18th level of some distraction of stuff. But it's just things I do want to tell you. We go to like the middle of nowhere, Tyler, Texas, or somewhere. It's like, and we go there, and we're doing door to door for Reform Party. We're doing like regular party stuff.
Okay, just like
but for some Reform Party, or we had a candidate. It was like an older lady, and she was adorable. And we stayed at her house.
Yeah. And, canvassing, right? Is this like canvassing?
Yeah, we were canvassing essentially. Yeah. Which canvassing has a strange legal definition. I was looking it up because I was like, okay, because if I'm gonna be running for office, what are the laws on all this? And canvassing can mean, like casually, we mean it. Oh, you're going door to door. But then there's a law of canvassing means after you count the votes, you have to present them, and that's canvassing.
Oh, okay.
It's like a totally different legal thing within counting the votes and how corruption can happen in a very technical bureaucratic way.
Interesting. So what is
Anyway, so what we were doing was going door to door. And no one's interested, right? You know, it's reform party, whatever, right? But we're doing it anyway. And actually, I don't know why I'm doing this. It was kind of like, it was great. It was a bonding moment. But I don't think she would, think she likes me right now for, okay, because she, look, at this independent thing, right? I see her and she goes, oh, hey, I'm going to put this pin on here if you promise to come to my event, which I should have as a friend, right?
Yeah.
Like if we were going to independent party politics and you have your wig event and like, I'm not into wig party stuff. Dubs is a friend of mine. I should go see his presentation.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like for an hour.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone you travel with, I guess you had some bond, yeah?
Yeah, so I think the problem was, I was having trouble getting there because I didn't have an e-bike and I didn't know how to ride the bus. This was before I was afraid to ride the bus.
Okay, so this wasn't so long ago then?
It's 3 years ago.
3 years ago, okay.
Yeah. I literally have to watch videos and like, okay, I'm ready to ride the bus now. And then I was like, oh my God, I want to take a bike on the bus. And I was like, I got to watch videos to figure out this, you know, how to put a bike on the bus. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because it is a little, you have to know where the thing is.
Yeah, it's like
I just don't want to like delay the whole thing and some guy's got to explain it to me. And then I'm like, what? Can someone just do it for me? Because you see something done, that's how we learn. And that's how, you know, it's a totally different story.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why we want to show whoever's watching, whoever was starting to watch this and never turned it off immediately, like show them how to do the bore. Like so actually showing it how to work is the crucial thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's where people see, oh, like you could do your bore with the wig party, and people go, oh, that's the stupidest way to do it. That's how people learn. They see what's wrong. We can criticize something when we see it.
Sure.
And that kind of thing. But do you want to talk about your wig party?
Oh, well, the advancement I made wasn't on the wig party proper. It was more on the platform. So I think we talked a little bit about like having a way to put this into action. Like if we wanted to start a bore, how would we do it, right? And we're like, oh, we'll do the Reddit thing or whatever. But I was like, all right, well, I have some access to some credits for using my AI stuff, so I'm gonna put together like the foundation for this. And then I found that there was like already some work that had been done previously. It's called, I think it was in Argentina, Democracy Us or something, Democracy.us or something. Anyway, they were basically trying to set up an open platform for doing the liquid democracy, the thing that I linked you to or whatever.
And they were specifically liquid democracy?
Yeah. But you like this would, so they set it up that way, but you wouldn't have to do it, right? It's kind of like use this as a foundation or whatever.
Yeah, so that's something we want to talk about, liquid democracy. And that is where it's elected representation at the first level, but then once those people pass those votes on, it becomes something obliterated thing that's something else.
Flows. Yeah.
But it's where you can take the proxy vote I'm talking about, that first level, but then you can pass it on and someone could sell it like I guess they can sell it, right? As far as they know.
It's theirs, yeah.
Under the table there's money, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, other than accountability. But anyway, yeah. So I got a foundation started for that. It's still a work in progress, but there's some advancements been made on that in the background. So we were kind of having like check-ins on things we were like talking about doing. So that is one thing I've done.
Right, and one thing we talked about with AI is, can we have AI replicate itself as a separate thing and act as a separate individual? How would you behave in this way?
Right.
So we can create a pseudo,
like a virtual version. Which we
community
absolutely can do, yeah.
With all the needs.
Yeah. The interesting thing would be trying to get proper diversity, right? Like how do you get the same, you almost have to design custom agents to represent, I'm a person that does this. I'm a person who believes this, and let them.
Yeah, so we can design agents to design agents, right?
Sure, yeah.
And get them to like just mix it up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whatever you think needs, and then like every 100th generation, there's like, just go wild with this one. Like we want we want an Alex Jones. We want someone that won't shut up. They won't, even he's mentally ill in some way that just fucks it all up.
Right, yeah. It's like actively trying to undermine the system kind of thing.
Yeah. Someone, no, that's built in. Yeah. Easily, first off. They're undermining the system if they don't get what they want. I guess you could build the AI to be like a real person.
Yeah.
Are you benefiting from the system? And what are the benefits?
Yeah, and some people just want to watch the world burn, and you have to have those guys represented too.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that's the answer, is to figure out what is the thing that triggers us to want the world to burn. because there is that aspect with everyone. Do you ever feel like you want the world to burn?
No, not. I mean, so
not anymore, kind of thing. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'm too comfortable now. Like, or I'm old and comfortable. Like, I'm not in a spot where I want to.
Yeah, you have more to lose.
Yeah.
Even from the future and the options, you have more potential of things working out.
Yeah. I guess I feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah, even if like.
But I think also more appreciative of what I think exists. Like maybe I just didn't have the same appreciation for it that I did back then. Kind of like having seen the loss of things and I just have to be more, I would say, worldly in the fact of seeing things fail. It's like, oh geez, no, this is what we have is pretty badass. Like we should actually work to try and keep it, even if it isn't working exactly like we want, because the alternatives are really shitty, and like we should be being aware of what the alternatives are.
Yeah, you're more aware of how bad it can be.
Yeah.
As you're more established and able to do things, and you're more, by doing that, the established part is the future. Once you're established, you can see the future. But yeah, so like a person that owns a home can see the future. They can live in this home. Right, whereas I can't. I don't have any stability. I got 12 months of this place if I pay them, and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, you have reasonable stability though, right? I mean, if you paid, to be fair, someone could kick you out, but generally, like they.
Yeah, well, it's what I want. So I guess in a way I have more vision of a future than a homeowner, because they're stuck wherever they are. They have to sell their house.
More mobility, sure.
Yeah. And so when things start going crazy, have you heard anything about like China not doing paper gold trading?
Paper gold trade? No, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I saw a thing. It could be infomercial level nonsense, but it's like it is true. Like when the United States said we're not going to do paper gold trading anymore. Like the United States currency used to be gold backed.
Sure, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they stop, and then gold just shoots up.
Sure, but I mean, what are you talking about? Paper
the
gold
gist
thing?
of it is that the gist of it is that the actual price of gold is not being reflected that way, and it's so difficult that this guy's saying this, that the Chinese government is giving up on that, and so they're not tracking anymore. So that might be a trigger to.
They had a gold-backed currency, like the same way we did back in the 70s, or whatever.
Well, they just. I have no idea, dude. I mean, this guy, they're stopping the trade of paper gold. Whatever.
I don't know. There's too many infomercials that are like buy gold, where I'm like, all right, I don't want to even be affiliated with that, even if it's true.
Yeah, but China moving on anything is a big, interesting scenario.
Sure, they are pretty kind of, I don't want to say lethargic, right? They're very deliberate.
Yeah. Have you heard about like China overinflating everything?
Yeah.
And so, at some point there might be a collapse of reality check or whatever.
But they've been dealing with that, right? Their housing market.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to reel it in. I feel like I think they've been dealing with some of the things they've overhyped. So
yeah.
I don't know.
And that's another thing I wanted to show you, is many Chinese amazing things they've got going on. But you haven't seen any of the China like crazy ass, like they have. It's typically like there's the show off things like for people that are visiting from other places in China, you can go see. Anyway, we've talked about it. You haven't seen it.
I may have seen some things, but I'd be curious what you. Yeah, we should definitely have like.
It's just amazing what it's what it is like the benefit of communism, of everyone having to force to do the same thing.
Sure.
You're going to come up with some good things.
Yeah.
And so that's what it is. Like a pyramid. The pyramid's a kind of a communist fascist thing where everyone's going to make this guy's funeral the biggest funeral in the world,
right.
The biggest monument.
No. I mean, they're powerful and they're rich, and they've got like an interesting hybrid capitalist society where it's kind of cutthroat, and I don't know. They've got it's a strange model, but it definitely does things right. They're doing work.
Yeah. So the real benefit of AI is once you can replicate what a human wants and needs, genuinely, like from the data, this is what a human wants, and this is what they get. This is what they do. Their action. Then we can start saying, what is the ideal society? And we can start plugging in a way that could be like sets of these characters that I could purchase or people could use for their own. I'm saying, let's try this one-to-one representation. And so I would just get this set of people and see how they operate into one-to-one.
You're almost saying like virtual people.
Yes, we have a virtual set of people that are okay. So you could have one-to-one virtual set for Earth. Like every time there's a born person, we know the parents, we can predict. And actually, as they get arrested or whatever, we reassess. AI's reassessing.
Oh, God.
So there's an actual person reflecting you, each individual human, and whatever their wants and desires are as best can be measured, from the outside world.
Okay.
And then we could plug that into any kind of thing. Like, what if we did it this way? What if we did it that way? And people could see all this shit. Because Ezra Klein, the thing you sent me from the New York Times, and so it was like they. So he's doing a podcast. Or he's purporting to do a podcast, but it's really an infomercial, right?
Yeah.
For proportional representation.
Yeah.
You know, and so
he's like an academic, right? It's not like he's selling it. He's not hawking it.
yeah, but the full format is, well, we have a question here. What do we do? Oh, it looks like there's an expert. Let me ask you about this thing.
Right.
Like, that whole thing is fake. You know, we all know that it's fake. Why don't you just tell us, hey, I think proportional, this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I got the answer to the universe. I'm trying to tell you, please have a conversation with me. No jokes aside, no tricks. Oh, we got all these problems. You're not represented. And all this, the whole manipulation aspect. Just how about, like, just pay attention to what I'm saying whenever you're ready, right?
Yeah.
But what that entails is I have a video that people can watch. So there needs to be like the prime video that I can say, go to this video. These are required viewing, and I don't have that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
need show notes, right?
What?
Like we need show notes too, like to reference the Ezra Klein video. Like we should have that in show notes where we'd be like, here's the thing we're talking about for that thing. But yeah, no, you absolutely need.
Oh, you like just words on the screen about what we're talking about, or
well, no, I just meant more like someone wants to follow up and understand like what we're talking about in terms of like that Ezra Klein video about proportional representation, that kind of thing.
yeah. Yeah. So. Anyway, do you remember? Were you even paying attention at all? Was it?
That was. Let's see. What were we last talking about though? You were referencing. How do we get off of the proportional representation video? Like there was something related to that. Oh, you were saying that you're kind of dogging him because he's basically hawking his wares, and you don't think that's the way we should go.
He was talking in swears?
No, he was hawking his wares or whatever. Right? You want to take him seriously because like he was
just
selling something.
I got thrown off by the fact that as anyone presents in the legacy way we do things, the established way to do things is put on a tie, you present yourself, take a shower. You know what I mean? It's like the philosophers that I love are the dirty, filthy ones that lived in a garbage can. You know what I mean? Like they weren't fucking around. They're really just like, no, this is what's important. I'm not even gonna bathe. You know, like the stylites. Did we ever talk about that? The stylites, people that climb the pylons and live up there with the maggots and everything.
I think you may have mentioned.
We mentioned that, but I didn't get the name. We never followed up on that.
Okay.
But those are called like stylites because the stele or the stylus, the column by itself. I guess in the kind of ancient world there'd be like ruins. You just climb a big old column and live up there.
All right, you were saying they like ferried them up food.
And I was like, what do they do with poop and everything?
Yeah.
I think there were so many people. It was like social media at the time. Like these are influencers. These are the original influencers.
Right,
Shit covered, maggot covered psychopaths that just want attention, basically. And see, they're trying to escape society, but you're trying to escape society at the top of a column in the middle of the town. Like,
yeah.
Sounds like you want some attention.
Yeah. I would say that.
Oh, and so the real monks or the real people who were those guys, you know, Benedictine, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the dilemma with the Benedictine monks? Like, I don't know, like Benedict was like one of the first monks or something, I guess, or whoever. So this whole thing, the idea of retiring from society, we're not a part of it. We're going to focus on what's important. So they do it silent. Some of them would do silent scenarios. They're living in silence.
Yeah.
And then they developed a sign language. Like, well, how do you say pass the bread without saying anything? Well, it's difficult. So you have to come up with a sign language. They came up with a sign language.
Right.
And then, so the meals would become, we're talking about everything in the world because we're using sign language.
Sure.
And so then there were people, the monks that rejected that. Like, that's just an abomination. You're all talking to each other.
Yeah, I mean, which they're right.
They're right. But it's like, this is my point. It's like, and try to, instead of trying to escape what is innate, homos need to communicate with homos. Why would you try to escape that? You know?
I don't know. I think there's something pretty impressive about being able to overcome that innate nature. There's lots of things in our nature, like when we can overcome them, it's a feat. So I respect that.
You respect what?
When people can overcome their nature, you know, like kind of like.
Yes. But there is that, and that is what I'm after, you know. But see, but everybody wants that. That's what I mean. Everybody's like, yeah, overcome the animalist urge. But when you're building your system, you don't build it for a person that's never going to have that animalistic urge.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't fool yourself.
Yeah.
Into
no,
thinking,
I think they're two totally separate
yeah.
things. Yeah.
So it's like we need to have a system, almost like the child level. We understand these are wild animals, and then as they can go and progress at certain levels, they go different directions or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. Crooked temper of humanity. Is that like that's what we're dealing with, right?
The crooked temper?
Timber of humanity.
The timber.
Timber of humanity. I'm gonna have to go look this up, but that's kind of like some of those. That's one of those old conservative references.
And how we can bend it, or
just that we're naturally bent, right? Like it's in our nature to be that way.
Oh, I see. So you're talking. It's in reference to a bend that looks irregular. It is regular because that's how humanity is.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to build this house, but the timber is crooked because that's in our nature, right? So you're gonna have to make the society such that it can like handle the crooked timber of humanity, because we aren't going to just like conform to the rules.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm following exactly that timber thing, but like exactly, we want to start with reality. You know, what do we have? This is what humans are at this beginning age, and go from there.
So let's see. We had like 3 major tent posts in our themes. What else do we have? So we got like the
timber,
pine. There were like 3 things we talked about.
With wood related?
Not wood related. Though I always like talking about wood, but I was thinking there were like 3 things we were going to try and cover in this in this conversation. But
oh, well, you're talking about like the difference in the bore and the types of
I was just talking about like we had like 3 major themes we're going to try and cover in this show, right?
When one of them was the difference in the bores.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. That sounds right.
You'll see the other one.
What was Ezra Klein, right?
Ezra Klein, and then
that's what I'm wondering. I'm trying to recall what the third one was.
It was a more functional thing. But did we go anywhere coherent on the bore differences?
I feel like we could have gone deeper on that. Definitely because there was that piece of the. I don't know if we like really delved into how we would handle when you don't have a boss scenario. Like what
we need a box scenario.
Boss when you don't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So like if you start your own bore yourself, there's no boss. Like if you're saying if you are a let's say middle school student who is making a bore of students that are also 7th grade or 8th grade of a certain grade, that's a pre-existing group. So that's. What did I say? I used the words born into it or formed or joined.
Okay, yeah. That's okay. Yeah.
So that's formed. You're saying the bore already exists. Each person is a member. They already exist. They have their own speaking power. So we're trying to form them, get them to elect representatives if they want, and start like making something happen with a pre-existing group. But if we're talking about joining a joined bore, where you're saying, this is the bore, here are the rules, this is how we operate. We are the boss of ourselves. We ain't an organization of anyone else but ourselves.
Yeah.
Like you're saying with the whip it, what was the party?
The whip party.
Wig party.
Wig, yeah.
You can do whippets. I mean, that people...
No, we're definitely not doing that.
But people get into that. I mean, the whip, you could be the whip party. Wait, whip? You know,
why are you trying to change the name of my party?
I'm saying whip is a thing in politics. You know.
Oh sure, yeah.
What is it?
The majority and minority whip. The people that like get the whip the votes. Yeah. That's so far down.
I'm just on marketing. Okay. No, so wigs. That's great. You want to go back to like 1770s, like literal wigs? Are you going to have like literal wigs?
I mean, people are into that, right? Like
this, but like the judges' wigs.
Re-emergence. Like I was listening to the. I think the European Council on Foreign Relations, ECFR, they had like a interview with like some African folks, and they're saying among the kids, like wigs are really coming kind of into the fore again. So like, and that like the average age in Africa is like 19 or something. It's crazy. So like they're into wigs, and so it might be
you're saying any kind of wig? Of course, it allows you to do any kind of wig. I'm thinking like George Washington type wigs.
Yeah, no. I mean,
he didn't wear a wig, did he?
Well, yeah, but why do we have to do it with George Washington wig?
Yeah, obviously.
But I mean, they might be.
But if you're the wig party, it's going to be whatever. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so
it's a little on the nose, but
what was I even asking you about the wigs? About like, because that's something you would be starting. That'd be a joined board.
I'd be the boss in theory if I created this thing.
Because you by yourself are starting it, so you are the boss, and whoever joins you is the boss too.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the benefit of it. That's why they would join, because they're equal.
How do you separate? How do you separate from the people who are versus the people who manage?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right. Ultimately, it does come down to there's going to be people who are in control. But not if you form it. See, if it's a joined board, like you're saying, the board is in control of everything from the beginning.
Right. Yeah,
so no office exists without the board.
Yeah.
And as soon as the board's not interested in that office existing, you're fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe the board gets to determine its own sort of structure, right? Like, so if they can say, oh, well, we're going to elect boss A, or we're going to be like, no, this is a purely democratic. We have whatever we decide to represent us as that entity that controls the organization itself.
Yeah, and so that's where an organization is going to go wrong when they detach from the board. They start to we want to create a boss. So the natural formation is always boss. Yeah. Fascism is like a nature of a homo. So we need to realize that's going to happen because we put people in charge and we expect those people in charge to know what's going on. We're always going to rely on them. Oh, you got to get the keys from Fred. Fred's in charge of the keys. That's how it is. It's just so, but so it goes awry when you detach that. In other words, when the board authorizes a contract to exist out of their control. This is what I'm talking about. When we realize how much control we have as people, like the members of this community, we could tell the place I'm moving from. We could tell this place to do anything.
How do you mean?
If 90% of the people here said we want this to happen, they are eventually going to do it.
Yeah.
And so
it's something there was teeth behind it. Like, do this, or we're going to all pick up.
And so anyone starting a board understands that from the ground floor. You understand that you don't want the board to be against you. They'll just go and do something else. Yeah. And so, but the trick, I guess, the bureaucratic thing is to not have positions created that are out of control of the board.
Right.
Like, you have to fund this guy for 12 months. That all of a sudden that doesn't make sense. But what are you going to... Anyway, there's a balance of what makes sense and what's not. 12 months is a temporary amount of time, but it is a long amount of time.
Right.
And if we commit to something and you follow through even, and is everyone to leave the board even, you know what I mean? So that guy might not even have a job, even though he got a contract for 12 months. So in other words, so everyone involved, like that guy doesn't want the board to die because he wants to keep his job.
Sure, absolutely.
So he's not going to try to get more money than he needs or whatever.
I mean, people will probably take what they can, but they probably won't try and undermine their own.
Actually, here's the best part is the competition of who can do better at that, whatever that job is, because they're volunteering. We've got a semi-volunteer situation.
Oh, really?
The Whig Party, right?
Yeah.
These people, you're part of the Whig Party. You're volunteering all your time.
Sure, but but I guess if you had enough money, you'd be hiring people to do things, I would imagine.
Right, but these people are coming out of the woodwork ready to do it and help.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of choosing from the helpers. And actually, this guy will say, I do need 20,000. Because at some point you might say, hey, I can do that. I can set that website up, but I need like $10,000 to cover expenses. Yeah. I mean, there's a genuine,
Yeah.
And so it's a matter of that kind of weighing in. And so the bore aspect is going to be so cheaper and efficient. It's not some Subway sandwich shop having to hire people that don't want to work there. These are people already there. They're part of this community. it's like finding someone around here to do a task. There's plenty of people who come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, is that what you find?
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't find that because we don't have,
Because
you know, one-to-one.
Yeah,
But if we did, we would find that there's people ready to do all kinds of crazy shit.
yeah.
Like, I'm ready to give a bicycle to somebody for free. Well, that's kind of the concept. If it's not a bicycle, I have the ability to do these different things, these skills, that I would do for free. I will explain the answers to the universe to you for free. Oh, I didn't know this guy was in the community.
It makes me think of like things we did for church, you know, growing up. You know, like you'd have like built-in people that were just ready to do pretty much anything you asked them to do, right? Like, oh, we're gonna have a fundraiser. All right, I'm gonna bring chairs and tables and cakes.
Yeah. A church is a great example of a community.
Everyone's ready to like chip in. Yeah.
Yeah, people are even. So then that's kind of that other aspect of you look good in your own community, you know, like the ego aspect.
Oh yeah.
Like, I want to go around picking up trash because I'm a guy that I'm helping out or volunteering.
There you go. Well, and because you believe in the cause, right? I think that's what a lot of people get the value out of. Like, hey, I'm contributing to the thing I care about and people I care about. So this is all to the good. So I will do whatever, you know.
Right. Okay. Oh, so we got a little wasp going on here. You're not worried, country boy. Stung by some wasp. So there is a baby RoboCop in the mix, if the viewer can find it, and there is Homer. Homer and the baby RoboCop are here with us.
Yeah.
You probably already saw it, I'm sure.
Almost seems like close to out of the frame, but I don't know. Is he actually in the frame? Like I don't know.
Check it out. Is he? Can you see?
Oh no, he's well in the frame. I was wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got all kinds of
we got lots
interluders.
Of yeah.
All right. So do you want to do a double check at this point or not?
Let's pause and see where we're at. This is a good lull.
Yeah, we're gonna stop. Not even just pause, but stop it. Yeah.